Myself Ananya Kumar Gangve, and today I will be showing you my project of 8th semester at Advantage Go CoForge. So basically I have built two projects. The first one is CoForge Celebrate, which was the project in my last semester which I continued in this sem also for the first 1 month. And then I worked upon second project that was the CoForge phase-based attendance system. So I've built these two projects under my mentor Nakul Kundra, who is also a project manager at Advantage Go CoForge. So let's move on. So the content of this video will be I will be going through about my company, what were my two projects, my role and responsibilities for the both projects, the timeline of the entire internship of around a year, the tech stack which I used, architecture of both projects, challenges and learning. So about my company, which I'm interning at. So CoForge is a global digital services and solutions provider that enables its client to transform at the intersection of domain expertise and emerging technologies. CoForge leads with its product engineering approach and leverages cloud data integration and automation technologies to transform client business into intelligent, high-growth enterprises. So CoForge has platforms power critical business processes across its core verticals. Advantage Go is one of the vertical of CoForge that deals with projects related to the insurance sector. So about my first project. So it was CoForge Celebrate, an employee celebration reminder and management system. So as I've made 80% progress in my last semester and further going apart, in this semester I have integrated the functionality of an employee to view upcoming holidays tab under which they can view holidays falling under the month. So like if in the month of April, how many holidays are there so that they can view in the inbuilt application of CoForge. So in CoForge, we get an holiday on a birthday and anniversary if applicable. So the employee is able to see his or her birthday on that holiday tab along with another holidays falling in that month. And my second project, which I worked upon for the last 4 months, is CoForge phase-based attendance system. So for this internship, the under Nakul Kundra sir, I built this application in which an employee can mark their daily attendance using just a glance over their laptop's webcam. This saves employees time and effort because till now the organization's attendance policy was manual punching over the inbuilt website of the organization. The admin project manager can see who all have marked the attendance by downloading the CSV file, which gets generated whenever an employee marks the attendance, and the CSV file is generated date-wise. This project is currently being utilized within my team and vertical in Advantage Go CoForge. So for the future, I'm going to add the ability to mark attendance from convenience of one's mobile phone. So moving forward, my roles and responsibilities for my first project were requirement gathering, uh, solution designing, wireframe designing in Figma for UI UX, database implementation and designing, coding and unit testing, along with deployment and configuration management. So basically, my first project was more oriented towards web development and full stack development. And moving towards my second project, it was a mix of development as well as the AI ML, uh, artificial intelligence, and machine learning models. So, in this project, my core role and responsibilities were requirement gathering, developing and learning of AI and machine learning models, which were used with the basis of, with the help of OpenCV, NumPy, Pandas, etc. Designing the front end and user list part of the application. Database design and CSV implementation was also done by me. Coding and unit testing and deployment and configuration management, which includes deployment and managing the entries of employees' faces and other detail like the time which they marked and also the date. So the tech stack and its purposes. So for the backend, I use the company's Microsoft's SQL Server Management along with Node.js for the backend for routing purposes. Graph API, .NET Core 3.1 framework was also used for API generation. along with Angular for routing and backend visualization for admins use and requirements, EG and moving further, for the connection I use Postman, Global Connect VPN, which is company's official VPN service, along with NPM, and the choice of editor which I use was Visual Studio. And for the front-end part, I use Figma to create UI UX wireframe for visualizing front-end designs. HTML was used to create a basic web page structure. CSS were used for the beautification of HTML scripts along with JavaScript. And Ionic.js was used in the front-end part of the web application. Along with Swagger UI was used kind of for developing a front-end view for admin where the API requests were visible. And for the face detection in the project of face-based attendance system, I used OpenCV, which was used for image capturing, video processing, object detection, etc. NumPy was used to perform mathematical calculation on a large array which contains features of a face. Pandas was used for data processing task, which includes mainly data cleaning and redundant tasks related to processing. JobLib was used to run mathematical calculation in parallel for faster computation. And sklearn, mostly scikit-learn, was used for machine learning and statistical modeling, which includes classification regression for the features of a face to detect it. And Flask was used to pass requests to web application and web servers during the testing in the local domain. So moving further, I will be guiding you through the timeline of my internship. So in this one, I'm detected the progress of the project one in the blue box and for project two in a green box. So let's move forward. So in August, I started with my first project, which was CoForge Celebrate. In this one, in the month of August, I implemented high level and low level architecture of data flow using use cases. In September, database connection with Visual Studio, migrating essential information was done like date of birth, anniversary dates of the employee data from a huge database of around more than 22,000 plus employees. And in the month of October, I developed a CRUD API using .NET Core 3.1 for basic operations in database. In the month of November, testing the CRUD API with real-time data and traffic of requests were done. In December 2022, emails with wishes and greetings were successfully sent to the employees on their birthdays, anniversaries, etc. So kindly it was implemented. In the month of January, I implemented and tested the upcoming holidays tab on the company's in-house web application for employees, and it is up working now. And for the second leg of my internship, in which I worked upon the second project, which is the CoForge face-based detection attendance system. So in this one, in the month of Feb, I designed and implemented the workflow of the algorithm functioning of ML for face detection. Continuing to the month of March, I designed high-level and low-level architecture for the web page in the front end and back end, and also implemented the CSV file in which it generated the employees who have marked the attendance successfully. In the month of April, I built wireframes for UI UX implementation in Figma for front-end visualization for the web application. And currently in May, I have successfully tested and deployed phase-based attendance system for my team within my vertical of the company, along with CSV generation made available to the admin or the manager. And further, 2 months remaining, I have to deploy and integrate all the employee data across the organization for more than 22,000 plus employees, along with quality assurance and testing of the desired features. And the mobile application deployment is also remaining, so I'll get to that very soon. So the architecture API for the CoForge Celebrate, the first project is basically, as you can see, an employee joins the organization, details of them are collected during onboarding. It gets stored in the database, and the admin can easily remove the data if any employee leaves the organization. And the backend API check for the dates if it is found. The graph API automatically sends them a mail with a greeting. And same goes for the web application also, in which I've added the upcoming holiday tab. So it's basically a user sign-in with their CoForge credentials. If the credential is found, they go to the home page where they can see their birthdays, anniversaries, and along with other special occasions and holidays under the tab. And moving forward for the face detection model, this is the architecture. So a user signs into that portal through their CoForge credentials. If the credentials are correct, they are then sent to the home page where if a user is already registered, they can directly mark the attendance and their data is saved. Else they'll register with their face and like go with the process, and if then the face is added, they can mark the attendance in the same way. So these are the snapshots of my first project. So you can see the employees are getting these kinds of mail on their birthdays and anniversaries. Along with this, as you can see in the inbuilt application of CoForge, I've added this upcoming holidays tab. So there, I've recorded this for my dashboard view. So like my birthday was on 24th March, so I was able to see that along with another holidays which were falling in the month of March. And for the second project, the face-based attendance system. So this is the home page that looks like when a user signs in. So they can basically add a new user if they are not registered. If they are registered, they can just take the attendance. And this is the view for the admin or mainly for manager to check. So like this kind of CSV file is generated with along with the date, like it is for 27th of April 23. So how many of them have marked the attendance? And like these are the kind of other CSV files which are generated for different dates of the same month. So like this, when a user clicks on take attendance and if they're registered, they'll pop-up will show up, their face get registered and then automatically it is generated in the CSV file. Their entries just get registered there. And these kind of 50 images is captured when an employee registers his face. So moving forward, the challenges faced was to adapt to time-oriented atmosphere to get through the project within the strict deadlines. It was exciting and challenging to work on real-time data sets of the company, which gave me a good exposure. Along with that, the tech stack used in the company was new for me as I had not worked previously on the technologies and frameworks, which includes .NET and other machine learning models which I've built in this semester. And also trying to be efficient as possible with my approach and solution while being within the time frame. Coordinating with different teams was also a challenge for me in an online environment, which sometimes delays the progress for like it keeps up that in the whole. And the key learnings were to like learn the to write the code up to industry standards, learning new frameworks, involving in the entire software development cycle, along with getting an exposure in the world of full stack development, learning to make APIs integrated with the your running code base, and also it helped me improve my communication, soft and presentation skills. I've also learned to work in a team environment and asking for help appropriately when I was stuck. So moving forward, let's just see the demo of the both the projects which I've built till now. Implementation of my first project, upcoming holidays, it was the second leg of it. And let's just see the demo of the another project, the CoForge phase based attendance system. So here is the demo for the second project, which is CoForge phase based attendance system. So I'm just demonstrating in my personal machine. So as I'm not allowed to show the official working for that, so I'm running it on my personal domain. So as you can see, the CoForge phase-based attendance system. So the date is also highlighted and also the time for the same. So as you can see, the total users in the database count is 0 for now. And you can just see the list of users is empty. And if I just go and show you the number of faces registered, it's empty for now because I'm running this on my personal machine. And also the attendance for today is generated, which is an empty CSV file because no one has registered there or like marked their attendance till now. And let's just go and register as a new user. So for me, I'll write Ananya Gangve and the ID, and I'll add a new user. So you can just see the pop-up for the camera ups, and it will take around 50 images. And so I can just scan my face. So it will take 50 images just to train the model, and it will scan all the features of my face. So my face has been added, and like you can see the user in the database count has gone by one. And I have registered successfully as a user with my ID. And further, I can also delete. So this is the admin view. And so as you can see in the faces part of it, my folder has been created and my 50 images are there, which I have registered. The model has taken 50 images to train, and furthermore, the attendance is still empty because I have not marked, I have just registered. So moving forward, I'll click on take attendance, and then the camera pop-up will show up, and just wait for a bit. Yeah, the camera pop-up will show the name and my ID, and it is successfully recognized me, and also my attendance has been marked. So going back to the CSV file, as you can see, my along with my name and role, the timestamp has been mapped, and the CSV file for that day, and it is the entries registered in that CSV file for today. So that is all. Thank you.